American Graffiti is a film mostly concerned with candy-colored cars, bumbling young love, and the biggest musical hits of the 50s. It is George Lucas's nostalgia-filled, loose narrative hangout film, and in most conversation, it is simply described as his final cinematic adventure before he redefined pop culture with Star Wars. But I think it's a little more than that, and between the doo-wop songs and Chevrolets, hidden deep within the far margins of the film, is a lingering sense of cynicism and sadness. Now obviously this isn't anything like The Last Picture Show, but give me a chance to explain myself.
Where were you going?
Nowhere.
Well, you mind if I come along?
Okay.
The film follows multiple characters, but I would consider the main protagonist to be Richard Dreyfuss's character, Kurt. He wanders aimlessly through his hometown the night before he leaves college, simultaneously hanging out with his friends and searching for the mysterious woman who has apparently fallen in love with him.
I'm telling you, this was the most perfect, dazzling creature I've ever seen.
She's gone. Get it.
She spoke to me. She spoke to me right through the window. I think she said, I love you. That means nothing to you people? You have no romance, no soul?
The film doesn't bring a ton of attention to it, but I do feel that there's a deliberate sadness to his character. Dreyfuss is conflicted about whether or not to stay in his hometown. Throughout the film, he voices his uncertainty of the future.
Well, I'm not really sure that I'm going.
But by the end of the night, he never does find his mysterious lover and decides to say goodbye to his friends and family and take the plane towards college. Dreyfuss comes to the decision that he has to move on from his youth, for better or for worse, and venture the inevitably more complex future. And I think these feelings mirror Lucas's own sentiments on the time period he grew up in. While the film takes place in '62, it was released in '73. Lucas and the audience know what awaits these characters in the near future. JFK's assassination, the escalation of the Vietnam War, and the birth of a far more cynical culture. And Lucas doubles down on these ideas with the film's ending, while the tragic fate of two of the four characters is revealed to us. The freedom and lack of responsibility of these youthful lives is quickly fleeting, soon to violently collapse. So is that what this film is? A celebration of the innocence and optimism of Lucas's youth in the face of the inevitable tragedy of maturing? Maybe, but I don't think Lucas is that naive. He had previously made THX 1138, a scathing indictment of American politics, and would just a few years later make Star Wars, which is a decidedly political film, despite what some would have you think. The multiple narratives of the story are all connected through a single character, radio host Wolfman Jack.
Rock and roll will stand, man! Who is this on the Wolfman telephone?
Hello, it's Colette.
Pardon me, your name is Colette?
Yeah?
And Wolfman Jack fills a very interesting role within the story. To the kids of the story, he fills an almost mythical position.
I think he's terrific. Do you know that he just broadcasts from a plane that flies around in circles all the time? Do you believe that's true?
And Dreyfuss, in the climax of the film, asks the Wolfman to get a message out to his mysterious lover, only for an earth-shattering revelation.
Wait a minute.
Who is this on the Wolfman telephone?
Diane.
How you doing, Diane?
All right.
That's the Wolfman.
Do you love me?
He's on tape. The man is on tape.
Say you love me.
The Wolfman, this hub of culture, is just an unsatisfied man spinning tapes and sucking on popsicles, who himself urges Dreyfuss to move forward.
There's a great, big, beautiful world out there. And here I sit, sucking on popsicles.
And I can't help but compare the ending of this story to the ending of The Wizard of Oz, which itself is a criticism of the American dream. Perhaps Lucas is commenting on the artificial nature of 50s American culture, deconstructing its mythos, and subtly urging American audiences to move forward from their nostalgia. Oh, but wait.
We gonna do it right here. Rock and roll yourself.
The Wolfman is real.
Mercy, give me some more.
Perhaps an underwhelming revelation, but still an uplifting one. I think Lucas is fighting his own previous cynicism at this moment, showing that there was something genuine within the culture and experience of his youth. if only just a little bit harder to see. You obviously don't have to buy into these ideas. This is my personal interpretation of the film, but if anything, I hope this video just shows you that American Graffiti is a more complex movie than you might initially expect. And I hope I can encourage you to engage with this film and other films on a deeper level. Until next time, I've been Eggnog, and I hope you stay safe and keep watching movies.